Hey, welcome back. So I made this board, this Chaos board, a while back, and when I was finishing it, I realized that I have a bad glue line. At first I thought it was just the very edge, so I trimmed a bit off, and then I realized that it goes through the entire board. So what we need to do is we're gonna rip this out on the table saw. But first I need to make sure that this thing's gonna be square so that the glue line that we rip out will leave equal amounts of material on both sides of the cut. And to do that, we may need to put a shim on one side of this as we cut it. But let's see. All right, so to determine if I'm going to need to shim this up at all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my blade to basically where I want it, and then I'm going to check. I'm going to line the blade up basically centered right on this glue line. Now I'm perfectly centered on this side of the board here. But what I want to do is now I want to take the board and I want to move it all the way to the other side and see where I'm at. Now on this side, I am off to one side just by about, I don't know, 3/32 of an inch. So what I need to do is I need to put a small shim here. So what I'm going to use to do that is this. I've got this really thin piece of cherry, and I'm just going to cut off or break off basically a section of this. And let me make sure that I'm doing the right side of the board. And that's good. So all I'm going to do, very simply, I can sand this off later, this glue. I'm just going to put a little glue here on this very thin strip. And realistically, I could have used some painter's tape here. With some CA glue and this same shim, but I have no idea where my CA glue is. So I'm just going to glue this shim on just like this. And really, I'm only going to give this maybe 5 minutes to dry because I don't want it on there permanently. I just want it to stick well enough that it'll act like a shim and it'll stay there while I'm cutting this on the table saw. Okay, this shim I think has been on here long enough, been about 5 minutes. I want it tacky enough to stick the board, but I don't want it completely dry because I do want to scrape it off. So I've got this shim here, so let's go ahead and rip this and see if we can't rip that glue line out of this board. And now I've got a glue line that I can glue back together to make this board perfect again.